Would you like to hear a story about how God talks to people? Okay, follow me for a second. It was last May, the 9th of May actually. You know, God had been talking to me about people that He wanted to be in my life, people that were going to be in my life, and how He was going to remove people and add people. And He'd been really talking to me about it. I'd had confirmations, I had people say random things, I'd had things happen. And so this day I was supposed to go pick up some paintings in the Ozark Mountains up in Arkansas, and I live in East Texas, so I was going to have to drive 7.5 hours to get there and then drive back. On the way up there, multiple times God sent us messages through people, even the highway we were put on. We stopped at a gas station to read Isaiah 59 because we were sent a message about Isaiah 59 while we were on Highway 59. After we read that, we left. When we finally get to where we're going, and the way this place is, it's so far up in the mountains that you actually lose your signal, right? So I'm Google directions with the maps thing, and I get there, and I'm in the new truck because the one that God gave us, I had not really drove it much at all. I drove it like the day before for 2 hours, one way and 2 hours back to go over to Louisiana. And so Mom and I get there, and we get out, and of course, you got to reset your directional thing to get back. Well, we both had to go to the restroom. So all these people are walking by, and these are people that know me, and the director of the center knows me because I won an art competition, a stamp competition there. And that's why I had been up there, and I was going back to pick up a couple paintings. And so we get out of the truck. It is raining. These beautiful white flowers everywhere. The air smells like the most beautiful perfume ever. And it looks like it's snowing flowers. And all I could think was, God, it's amazing. And I was like, God, did you do this for me? Like, what is happening? Even my mom, like, commented on it. So we walk across this cute little stream, get to the bathroom, go to the restroom, come back, we're getting everything loaded. And I'm sitting in the truck because I don't have a way to figure out how to get back because I used GPS to get here. And now I've lost signal because I'm up in the middle of the mountains. And the director of the whole thing walks by, and she's like, Nanda, is that you? And I'm like, yeah. And she says, hey, what are you doing? I said, honestly, I'm trying to figure out how to get directions to get back. She says, let me give you our Wi-Fi password. You can log on to our Wi-Fi and use that to upload it. I said, okay. And we go to leave, and my husband had only told me one thing that day. He said, don't go to the Choctaw Nation capital no matter what you do. And he was so adamant about it that it stood out. And so I was like, okay. So we're coming home, and we're passing Natural Bridge Falls, which is this beautiful waterfall in Arkansas. And it's a natural waterfall where there's slate rocks, and it comes up. It's gorgeous. I go to get out, and I'm praying about the things that God has told me about the people in my life and what He's going to do. And so I start praying about it, and I'm like, God, you know, whatever your will is, like, I'm trying to accept it. I get back in the truck, and it's funny because we had went past it, and we end up turning around in this church parking lot to go back to the road, and the name of the road that the waterfall was on was Happy Home or something like that. It was a weird name. And I remember looking at that thing and okay. So we haven't eaten, we're coming back, and we decided we're going to stop somewhere. So we're driving down the road, and God had been talking to me about hummingbirds, and He had me paint a painting, and she had hummingbirds, and He said I had 2 hummingbirds. So I was trying to accept my hummingbirds, but also not really feeling it. And so I drive past this place, and we're in this little podunk town now in Oklahoma. And God's like, you need to go in there. Well, it looks like a restaurant, but it's not a restaurant. So I turn the truck around. I go in there. I'm like, I'll be obedient, Lord. And as I'm driving up the driveway, there's this great big 18-inch tall hummingbird on the fence by their sign. And I pull up in the drive, and I get up in there, and mind you, we're in the middle of nowhere. And it's actually a grocery store. And he says, you don't have to get out. I just wanted you to see the hummingbird. And I said, well, God, what do you do? And he's like, I want you to pray for your hummingbirds. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pray for my hummingbirds. So I pull back out on the road, and believe it or not, right up the road is a little restaurant. Well, one of my hummingbirds, God has associated with a yellow house. I get a notification on my phone, and someone's sending me a TikTok video about a yellow house. And so I'm watching it. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to temporarily stop that video, and I'll tell y'all why. There's an actor slash writer slash screenplay writer that I had met up here. And he's been on Yellowstone and different stuff, like a Western actor. Anyways, he came in, and God wanted me to talk to him about God and how God works, and to actually tell him some stories like I was going to tell y'all. So anyways, God divinely appoints things. And back to my other story, because that was cool. Thank you, Father. But as I'm pulling up to this, I leave this place, and I'm so hungry, and there's this restaurant there, this Mexican restaurant, and I go in, and I'm getting these messages about yellow house, and it's like, the yellow house is this person, you need to accept them for the ministry, you need to accept them into your life. So finally I'm like, Lord, okay, I get it, you're coming at me with this. And I go to the restroom, I go to leave, we've paid out, I've witnessed to the little waitress at the thing, and my mom's outside, and she's walking around, she's like, God, give us a rock, because we pick up rocks everywhere we go, and she's like, give us a rock, the really cool rock. And God had been talking to me about butterflies too, and she brings me this rock shaped like a butterfly as I'm arguing with God, and I'm on the phone with my best friend, and I'm looking at this building in front of me, and this building is a yellow house that they converted into a restaurant. And he'd been talking to me about the yellow house. And so I was like, okay, Lord, I don't see what you see. I don't want to involve people in stuff, and I don't want people to have to do stuff that they don't want to do. But if it's your will and this is what you want, then I will accept it. I will accept your will for my life. And dang it, the billboard across the way, my mom hands me this rock through the window, shaped exactly like a butterfly. I start to cry. Billboard across the way says, tell your story. And God had been telling me, just tell your stories, just talk about what I've done with you. And I'm like, okay, Lord. I leave there, and he had told me, do not go to the Choctaw Capitol. And we were real close to there. It's like a mile off the way. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And God says, I want you to go up the mountain. I want you to go 2 miles up the top of that mountain. So I go up to the top of this mountain, and I'm at this place, and I pull over and I park, and it's called Potato Hill. And I'm going, God, why am I associating potatoes with marriage? Like, what is happening? This is so weird. I'm up on top of this mountain. He's like, I want you to accept my plan. I want you to accept the people that are involved in my plan, and I want you to submit to letting me remove people. And I said, okay, Lord, whatever you want to do, I will let you do it. And I prayed and I cried it out. I'm looking out across these mountains, and it's just beautiful. And he says, now write it in stone. And I write it in stone, and I leave. And all of a sudden there's a black wall cloud. I'd had a dream about some tornadoes and stuff, and God expounds that dream to me. And I'm looking at this black wall cloud, and I'm like, God, I'm in the new truck. I don't want to drive through that. And I'm trying to hurry because I'm almost out of time. I may have to do a part 2. And as I'm looking out, I see, I pray, and God, don't let me run into that storm. When I tell you, God not only moved the storm, he put a double rainbow in the sky that went from one edge of the horizon to the other. It was the most beautiful, vibrant rainbow I'd ever seen in my life. And I said, God, I accept it. Well, a couple of days ago, a friend of mine's mom that we go to church with posted a video that looked just